How's it going, guys? My name is Zach with the Movie Castle, and today we will be continuing my Sharks of Summer series. Right now I'm doing Mega Shark May, where once a week during May I'm going to be talking about an entry from the Mega Shark series. And after May, I'll be covering other shark movies at least once a week as well. My whole Sharks of Summer series going all through the summer. Anyway, this is the third entry in the Mega Shark series. Mega Shark versus Mecha Shark. Got to love that title. Got to love that concept. Monster versus Middle. Yeah, that's pretty cool. This is from 2014 and was put out by the Asylum. You guys know the Asylum for making lots of mockbusters and shark movies, most famous for Sharknado. They also did this series, the Multi-Headed Shark Attack, several other shark movies, and yeah, lots of cool stuff. This is directed by Emile Edwin Smith and stars Christopher Judge, Elisabeth Rohm, Matt Lagan, and Debbie Gibson. We can see them on the back. And Debbie Gibson, she's more of a cameo, but you may recognize her as the star of Part 1, Mega Shark vs. Giant Octopus. Great to see a returning character there. Really, whenever you get to sequels, that's the question you have to ask yourself is, why wouldn't the characters from the past movies show up? And I do like that even though it is kind of just a cameo, we do get the lead from Part 1 in here. That's pretty cool. But overall, thoughts on the movie? This is significantly better than the past two. And yeah, no, I really have to emphasize that. This may be because this is post-Sharknado Asylum, and they also did take a few years since the last one to build this one up, I guess. But I think after Sharknado, the Asylum probably was willing to trust them with a little bit more money and make a little bit better of a product, because really, this is pretty decent, we get even just towards the opening Mega Shark bumping into a boat, and they take the effort to cut out the boat and animate it swaying back and forth. You do get just from little things, that we're actually going to have a budget to do something this time around. That's pretty cool. And we do get into CGI cartoony fights. It's pretty fun. The first 2/3 of this movie, I was like, okay, we're a little bit better. The series is progressing. That's great. But then we get to the last third, and boy, this movie is worth watching for that last third. Things are going crazy. It is big, dumb action fun like the series, deserves. I mean, it's called Mega Shark. I want to see big, dumb, goofy moments, and here we actually have the chance to do them. I don't want to spoil too much of what happens, but there is like a scene where the Mega Shark wants to take down an airplane. He shoots out of the water and he's basically flying through the air. Great, silly stuff. There's also a scene with a motorcycle, which I will not spoil, but when you get to it, you're like, oh yes, this is the dumb, stupid cheese that I needed. So the first 2/3 are better than the past two, but man, when you get to that last third, we're nearing Sharknado level of just dumb, cheesy fun. And I have to say, this one is so significantly better than the past two. I hear Colossus is kind of a step down. Fingers crossed though, because if Colossus is as good as this, that would be great. But now that being said, there are some faults with this movie. During those first two acts, there are a few places where it drags a little bit, and there are a few plot points that don't really get played out. Like, there's a whole bit where the guy wants to smoke, and they're like, hey, you quit, and, that's like this run-on gag that doesn't work. And there's this whole thing where the main girl, it turns out she lost her daughter, And that is just so barely in the movie, despite being this super weighty plot. And it's like, oh, every now and then we remember that, yeah, she lost her daughter. And it really doesn't build to much, except for at the end of the movie, she has to save this random girl that kind of comes out of nowhere and distracts from a big action sequence. So, yeah, there is dragging. There is plot points that don't really pan out perfect. But it does get, by the end of it, that big, dumb, cheesy fun that I absolutely love. So yeah, not perfect, but so, so much better. And I guess, without further ado, let's go ahead and talk a bit about the plot. I'm not going to be doing any major spoilers, but I do want to say my piece on a few plot points and make sure you guys have the basic idea as to what this movie's about. I just won't cover the end bits. Anyway, we open up with this movie with a tugboat dragging a huge cartoon iceberg. Yeah, sets up pretty early on the type of movie you're in for, because the iceberg is clearly digital. But they're dragging it in there to help compensate for a drought. I don't know if this is what happens in real life. It sounds really dumb, and I would think, oh, there's no way they do that. But maybe they do. Maybe they really drag icebergs when you have to deal with droughts. I don't know. It seems like a Futurama joke, but maybe I don't know. Movie says they do. But of course, the iceberg thaws, cracks open, and a new mega shark swims out. So I guess Mega Shark from parts 1 and 2 is canonically dead, and this is the new Mega Shark. Okay, we're dealing with another one, but this time, humanity is more ready. Which I really do like. It's the third movie, they should be more prepared. But honestly, I thought humanity would have done better in the past two movies. I'm like, it's just one mega shark. You're telling me all of the US Navy is having this much trouble with it? So I did like humanity was more prepared and has more of a plan. And it's a fun plan too. We're gonna build our own robotic shark. That's always great. And we get to see Mach 1, the first shark first. And I do like, they show that they've built a little test shark. And she's in there testing it out. And like squids come and attack her and she like electric shocks, tasers them to go away. And I just think it's a fun sequence to see Shark Mach 1 before we get to 2, and we do get to meet our main characters. There's this girl, she's a scientist, and she's going to be piloting it, and she has a husband who she really loves, and it's a nice, sweet relationship. And I should point out, during this sequence, that the husband has this red shirt on, which I do have, by the way. It's from Old Navy, and it's super comfortable, but it is way too warm to wear it. Anyway, yeah, I actually own that shirt. It was super weird to see him in the movie and me going, oh, hey, I have that shirt. You got that shirt too. But anyway, the two really love each other, and they get news that Mach 2 is finished being built, and they had, they started the project, they had input into how it was made, but the military kind of made Mach 2 for them. So I do also like this idea of it's something that they had a hand in making, but it is new to them, and they don't know all the ins and outs of Mecha Shark Mach 2. So they go in there. They also have this AI, Nero, who is going to help them pilot and, be someone she can talk to. Kind of like Jarvis, right? Now, there is a few things. One, it does strike me as kind of odd that a shark this big only has one pilot. I guess when it's a giant robot, we don't really question that there's one guy in the head. But for some reason, when it looks more like a submarine, I feel like there should be more of a crew inside of it. But no, it's just her at a really sweet gaming setup. Yeah, it to be honest, it looks like a gaming setup. It's got an office chair, and it's got like 3 monitors, And I kind of wonder that maybe when the movie wrapped up, someone took it and used it as a gaming setup. I don't know. But yeah, her 3 monitors. It's like one with like some targets, another with a circle thing. That's, I guess, what Nero speaks out of. And then there's like a globe. And I'm like, wait, is there there's a camera in the front, right? Is there a camera that we don't really see, or at least not too often, the front? And I'm like, I hope she can actually see out and she's not trying to read the data like in the Matrix or something. I don't know. But anyway, she's going to be piloting the ship and she's going to be going on the hunt for the mega shark. And we do get a few areas that do drag a little bit. You know, the classic, what does the mega shark want? We have to figure out its motivations. And of course, little excuses and plot contrivances to kind of delay the big battle, you know. We have to attack the mega shark, but not finish off the fight because it's not the end of the movie. I will say, though, there is another big fault here. There's a scene where she has to drive Mecha Shark 2 before Nero can get installed, and in turn, she shoots a missile and it sinks a battleship. Like, it misses Mega Shark and hits a battleship, and everybody dies. And there's a little bit of emotion for this. And to be fair, it's not 100% her fault. They did rush her out there without Nero, and, you know, you have to be ready to fight, and you have to realize that there is dangers in a battle like this, sure, but they're just like, oh no! Anyway, and I kind of wish there was more emotion behind this, especially because this won't be the last time there's unintended carnage, and I'm like, gee, we're kind of wrecking up the place with Mecha Shark here, kind of think we'd feel a little more guilty about this, but whatever. You gotta make a shark. It's a little hard to control, I guess. But anyway, like I said earlier, the first 2/3 of this movie are better than the past 2 entries. And I do like that. I do like that it was getting better pretty consistently. The humans have more of a direct role, actually piloting one of the monsters, and it's a solid idea. A little bit more of a budget. But then we get to that last third, when we get to the place where the final battle's going to be, and they just let everything go loose. They say, hey, what if Mecha Shark did this? And hey, let's incorporate that element from earlier. And let's just pour in a bunch of money into the CGI budget so we can have dumb hijinks. And the last third is pretty fun. Good, stupid, CGI robot shark fun that we all love. And that's really where the movie shines. When we get to this last third, when we get to this final battle, it's almost Sharknado level, and it's good to see the Asylum hit that spot again. I really do love dumb, cheesy shark movies, and again, you're showing me Mega Shark versus Mecha Shark. This is what I want to see, and I'm glad that it gets there. Now, if you're only going to see one movie from the series, I'm betting this is going to be the best one. Again, not perfect, but a good dumb movie night movie. Really had fun, really recommend it. And fingers crossed for Colossus, but I think someone told me that wasn't as good. But I'm still going to check it out, and I did have lots of fun with this one. Anyway, to everyone who's watched so far, thank you for watching. To everyone who's liked and subscribed, thank you. You really are helping the channel out. I'll leave a relevant playlist on the bottom. This should be the Asylum's Shark Movies playlist, where you can see my reviews for the Sharknado series. I covered all 6 of those. The past 2 ones in the Mega Shark series. Hopefully the 4th one will be there soon. And also some entries from the multi-headed Shark Attack series. 2-headed Shark Attack, 3-headed Shark Attack. If you want to see more Asylum, right here. Anyway, Have a good day. I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Asylum playlist, Shark Asylum playlist on the bottom. Have a good day now.